Hi, I'm Bonnie Curry. It's another episode of From the Couch. I have got some very good friends joining me today. Fellas, would you introduce yourselves?
Yeah, I'm Charlie Brim with Interstate Batteries in the sponsorship group there.
Yep.
And I'm John Humphrey. I'm a vice president with I Am Second.
I am so excited that you're both here because I have so many things that I love about Interstate Batteries. You guys have been a longtime partner of 94.9 KLTY. And the cool thing is I'm a huge fan of I Am Second and what you guys are doing as a ministry. So let's start with Charlie. So why did you guys decide I Am Second? What was it about it that you went, this is what we need to get behind?
Well, it was really Norm Miller. You know, Norm came out at the invitation of someone at Salem and KLTY to South Fork Ranch. And they said, why don't you come out and see this thing that we're doing? And so he saw it. And he saw it out in that field there at South Fork, down in the North 40 of South Fork.
Yeah.
And he came back to the office and he was talking about, this thing is, it has legs. I really think this could be, huge, 80, 100, 200,000 people because they have the space, but also it's the concept.
Yep.
And the second thing is he wanted our team members, first of all, at Interstate Batteries, but also the whole Dallas-Fort Worth area. He wanted them to have a chance to experience the music, be encouraged and lifted up, and also maybe challenged by whatever's sung and said.
So he kind of put his money where his mouth was.
Indeed.
And 23 years later, we are still partnering with Interstate Batteries. And the cool thing is Norm has always had a heart for ministry. And I think that's a really remarkable thing because it's not just Interstate Batteries. He's really good at that. So I'm just going to put that out there, best batteries you can buy. But Norm is behind so many different things. And I Am Second has been such a passion for him. Tell me about I Am Second. If somebody is not familiar with I Am Second, would you explain?
Well, first of all, it was Norm's vision.
I know.
And Norm really had a heart for reaching the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and from that came the desire of how can we show authentic Christianity?
Yeah.
And so we established a website that people could go to and see films of people who were talking about their faith and how they really started their relationship with Jesus, and then had next steps that they could take in their own spiritual journey, as well as connecting them to people that could also help them.
Right.
And that's, in a nutshell, is how people get involved with I Am Second. They experience stories of authentic Christianity and then can take a next step to find their own relationship with Jesus.
And I'm just going to say, when you say authentic Christianity, I will say some of the people that I've seen featured on the I Am Second videos, and if you haven't seen them, you got to watch them. I have been brought to tears, but I'm also going to say, it's people who don't often look like the people we see in church. So how has that affected other people watching these things? What has been the response from the public for that?
Well, it actually is meeting a lot of people where they are.
Yes.
Because people today a lot of them don't have that experience of growing up in a church.
Right.
And they're not going to go on their own to a church, but they will have a conversation with a friend. They will be inspired to see something on the internet. And from there, they gain confidence to take that next step in a relationship with Jesus. And when they see people that look maybe like they are with tattoos or music that they have grown up enjoying, it gives them, again, that sense of confidence that maybe this is for them.
John, how have you been inspired personally by I Am Second?
Well, it's one of those things where it drew me just by the name.
Right.
I Am Second is what I'm about.
Yeah.
And it drew me there. But hearing other people's stories, it just gives me the energy and the enthusiasm to keep going.
Good. I am so glad that you do. Charlie, how have you been inspired by I Am Second personally?
Well, just watching the development of that, I was in the company. I've been my 30th year, and I was in the company.
Years, Charlie.
I know, it's
That's
crazy. In fact, July the 1st is the anniversary of my coming, and my 31st year begins on that.
Wow.
And so I was at.
What a blessing! What a blessing
it
that
really
is.
has been, and I was there when this whole conversation started. I wasn't. As Hamilton says, in the room necessarily, but Norm would always talk about, he really felt like the Lord had told him, hey man, you do this stuff around the world, but how about Dallas-Fort Worth? And he felt really like, okay, I'm on the spot, I need to do something. And so I remember how passionate, and every time Norm has an idea, a new idea, and that's about 50 a day.
Yeah, I was going to say, is it every 2 seconds?
Yeah,
Give or take,
Joe Gibbs
maybe.
would tell you when they're together, it's hundreds of ideas coming out of Norm's mouth at a time. But, about 75% of them are ministry. And, so when he started talking about, I just want to reach Dallas-Fort Worth.
Mm-hmm.
And so I watched it birthed, and I watched, how this whole thing is developed. And, I've been a Christian since I was 29, so 40 some odd years, right?
Wow.
And so, when I saw it come together, and, I've tried to say, I'm not first. I'm certainly second to my relationship with Christ. And so, I feel like what Norm has done, and my job throughout the whole 30 years has been working with Norm. I mean, I've had other assignments, but I mean, the consistent thing is I work with him.
I always have thought of you as literally his right hand. Like the two of you together.
Yes, actually,
I don't want to tell him this, but I'm kind of like, Norm doesn't exist without you in my book. I mean, I'm just saying, if you're watching Norm, I'm going to just say that to your face. That's how I feel about Charlie.
Well, actually, it's Deanna Condos,
Yes,
who's his right-hand man.
Look at John going.
Yeah, and Jeff Interest, who is literally right there with him. But, consistent thing that I've had through my time there has been to be around him when he's excited about this next thing, and he's talking about
And he does get really excited. I mean, I remember having a conversation with him, and this is a very long time ago, where he was talking about a movie and he wanted to get behind it, and he was talking about he wanted to get somebody that was really good, and he started talking about Martin Landau, and I was like,
he did it.
Good luck with that, Norm. I was just like, really, he was so amazing about it because he was passionate. He was just like, the next thing I know, we are doing the premiere, and there is Martin Landau, and I just kind of thought, all right, Norm's going to pull this stuff off. And so I look at today and I think of some of the people who have sat in front of that camera for I Am Second, and I just think it's more than Norm, it's more than Interstate Batteries, it's more than I Am Second. It is about a vision for reaching more people for God. And I think that when it starts on that level with the best idea, I think God blesses that.
Yeah. Well, one of the things, the hallmarks of a good idea is when other people join in.
Yeah.
And we've been blessed by not only the people that are on camera who have gone ahead and provided their testimonies and willingly really gone ahead and been transparent.
Right. Very open.
And it starts there. But then there's lots of other people who have said, I want to do something.
Yeah.
I want to be part of this. I want to share this with my friend. I want to show them the films. I want to go ahead and start a conversation. And that's what has really gained the momentum around the world, not just here in Dallas-Fort Worth, but literally around the world.
I am so glad that they have spent a little time sharing about Interstate Batteries, sharing about I Am Second, and obviously you can shop the best batteries in the world. That would be Interstate Batteries, and if you want to find out more about I Am Second, you're going to find them online at iamsecond.com. Okay, well done. We're stepping forward with that. It used to be .org, but it's a .com. Check them out today. I'm Bonnie Curry, another episode of From the Couch. Love you.